And welcome back to Pure Nebraska. Just outside our studio where we broadcast Pure Nebraska, our station has developed a new backyard space.
We use this space to get ideas from experts on gardening and landscaping, and recently I spoke with an expert from Campbell's Nurseries and Garden Centers to learn more about how we can all spruce up our outdoor spaces and maintain that landscaping. We are out here in the 1011 backyard, and joining me now is Tony Schukei from Campbell's. How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Thank you for having me.
You bet. All right, we're kind of getting into the heart of summer. It's hot, it's humid. Some places it's been dry. It's that type of year. I'm sure you get lots of questions about watering as well as certain types of plants that do well in heat and humidity. Well, I first want to talk about how Campbell's have come out here and have done some landscaping around our pavilion with some beautiful flowers, even some bushes. And I guess my first question is, what kind of plants do you need? I suppose that kind of depends on where your patio is or where you want to do that kind of landscaping, correct?
Sure, absolutely. And like you mentioned, water's a big thing. Do we have a water source? Are we willing to water them? So the maintenance kind of plays a big factor into it as well, because some of the more interesting plants that we might want, if we're not willing to take care of them, they're not going to look as good as some of the low maintenance ones that we have anyways.
All right, so would you say that some of the plants around here are more native to Nebraska or maybe drought tolerant? Give me kind of an example of some of the plants here.
Yeah, so I would say a lot of them are not necessarily native, but are kind of that lower maintenance, drought tolerant type of plantings. Now, all plants are going to have a little bit of care of getting them watered and established, so it's not fair to say that day one they're going to be drought resistant. So, but some of them we have is we've got our shrub roses over here, are going to be a good long blooming one. So they kind of will get a little bit of, a stressful time once you plant them, but once you get them going, are pretty hardy and look good in the landscape pretty much all year. Our phlox also, you see they've got the nice pink and purples, and those tend to be a good summer bloomer. We have a lot of spring. Summer, it's nice, so you can see that you've got that interest there. Then you got the yellow from the coreopsis. And those are going to be really drought tolerant as well.
And another thing, obviously, that's important, is that if you have a lot of shade or a lot of sun, you certainly want to ask for different type of plants for that kind of situation, right?
Absolutely, and just like what we've seen here, these are primarily all full sun plants. So, like you said, it's about getting them in the right spot.
All right. One problem that we're seeing here is like some mildew. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is something that you can see here on this pincushion flower, that little bit of a dusty look. And so that's something that you kind of will see now. It's not anything that's probably going to kill your plants, but it's something that it's a little unsightly. So a couple things you can use is a all-purpose fungicide, and this is something you'd use more preventative so that you could, but you'd have to use that in the spring. But if you wanted to make sure it didn't spread, this neem oil would be a good one. You lather it on, it's a concentrate. If you read the directions, it'll tell you how to do it. But what you'll just do is spray that on the plants and it'll smother it, and you won't have it spreading then through any other plants. So.
All right, well, Tony, thank you very much. Some great information and great job here with the landscaping here back in the 1011 backyard. We'll send it back to you guys.
It's really been neat to see that space kind of get transformed into something new.
Yeah, it's been very nice. It's a nice little pavilion there, and now they've got some landscaping, some new trees. So